Krishna, welcome to all you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtiki. Hare Krishna. We continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 14. This appearance of Lord Krishna. Shloka number 22 to 29. Iti chintayantah tasya
इति चिन्तयतः तस्य
दृष्टा अरिष्टेन चेतसा
दृष्टारिष्टेन चेतसा
राज्ञः प्रति आगमत् ब्रह्मन्
राज्ञः प्रति आगमद् ब्रह्मन्
यदुपुर्याः कपिध्वजः
यदुपुर्याः कपिध्वजः
पादयोः निपपतितम्
तम पादयोः निपपतितम्
अथ अपूर्वमातुरम्
अयथ अपूर्वम् आतुरम्
अधवदनम् अपबिन्दून्
अधवदनम् अपबिन्दुन्
सृजन्तं नयन अब्जयोः
सृजन्तं नयन अब्जयोः
विलोक्यत
अविघ्न हृदयः विलोक्यत विघ्नः हृदयः
विच्छायम् अनुजं नृपः
विच्छायम् अनुजं नृपः
पृच्छति स्म श्रुतमध्ये
पृच्छति स्म सुहृत् मध्ये
संस्मरत् नारद ईरितं
संस्मरत् नारद ईरितं
युधिष्ठिर उवाच
युधिष्ठिर उवाच
कश्चित् अनर्थपुर्यां नः
कश्चित् अनर्थपुर्यां नः
स्वजनाः सुखम् आसते
स्वजनः सुखमासते
मधुभोजदशार्ह हिंसात्
मधुभोजदशार्ह हिंसात्
हिंस सात्वतान् अन्धकवृष्णयः
सात्वतान् अन्धकवृष्णयः
शूरः मातामहः कश्चित्
शूरः मातामहः कश्चित्
स्वस्ति आस्ते वाथ मारिषः
स्वस्ति वा अथ मारिषः
स्वस्ति आस्ते वा अथ मारिषः मातुलः स अनुजः कश्चित् कुशली अनकदुन्दुभिः
मातुलः स अनुजः कच्चित् कुशली अनकदुन्दुभिः
सप्तस्वसार तत्पत्न्यः
सप्तस्वसार तत्पत्न्यः
मातुल्यान् यः स आत्मजः
मातुल अन्यः स आत्मजाः
आसते सस्नुषा क्षेमम्
आसते सस्नुषा क्षेमम्
देवकी प्रमुखः स्वयं
देवकी प्रमुखः स्वयं कच्चित् राजहुक जीवति
मन दिख रही नहीं ना
कच्चित् राजहुकः जीवति
कश्चित् राजा आहुकः जीवति असत्पुत्रः अस्य च अनुजः
असत्पुत्रः अस्य च अनुजः
रुदिकः ससुतः क्रूरः
रुदिकः ससुतः क्रूरः
जयन्त गदसारणाः
जयन्त गदसारणाः
आसते कुशलं कश्चित् ये
आसते कुशलं कच्चित् ये
च शत्रुजित् आदयः
च शत्रुजित् आदयः
कश्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः
कच्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः
भगवान् सात्वतं प्रभुः
भगवान् सात्वतं प्रभुः
इति चिन्तयतः तस्य दृष्ट अरिष्टेन चेतसा
इति चिन्तयतः तस्य दृष्ट अरिष्टेन चेतसा
राज्ञः प्रत्यागमत् ब्रह्मन् यदुपुर्याः कपिध्वजः
राज्ञः प्रत्यागमत् ब्रह्मन् यदुपर्याः कपिध्वजः
तं पादयो निपतितम् अयथा पूर्वम् आतुरम्
तं पादयो निपतितम् अयथ अपूर्वम् आतुरम्
अधवदनम् अपबिन्दून् सृजन्तं नयन अब्जयोः
अधोवदनम् अपबिन्दुः सृजन्तं नयनाब्जयोः
विलोक्यत विघ्न हृदयः विचाय अयम् अनुजं नृपः
विलोक्यात् विघ्न हृदयः विच्छाय अनुजं नृपः
पृच्छति स्म सुहृत् मध्ये संस्मरत् नारद ईरितम्
पृच्छति स्म सुहृत् मध्ये संस्मरन् नारद ईरितमः
युधिष्ठिर उवाच कश्चित् दानार्थपूर्यां न स्वजनः सुखम् आसते
कच्चिद्दानतपुर्यां न स्वजनः सुखमासते
मधुभोज दशार हिंसात्वात् अंधकवृष्णयः
मधुभोज भोजत शाह अर्हिसात्वात् बंधक वृष्णयः
शूर मातामह कश्चित् स्वस्ति आस्ते वात मारिषः
सुरमाता अमः कच्चित् स्वस्ति आस्ते वात मारिषः
मातुलः सानुजः कश्चित् कुशली अनकदुन्दुभिः
मातुलः सानुज कच्चित् कुशली आनक दुन्दुभिः
सप्त स्वसार तप तत्पत्न्यः मातुलन्यः स आत्मजा
सप्त स्वसार तत्पत्न्यः मातुलन्यः स आत्मजाः
आसते सस्नुषः क्षेमं देवकी प्रमुखः स्वयं
आसते सस्नुषः क्षेमं देवकी प्रमुखा स्वयं
कश्चित् राजा औकः जीवति असत्पुत्र अस्य च अनुजः
कच्चित् राजा ऊहकः जीवत् अयसत् पुत्रः अस्य च अनुजः
हृदिकः ससुत क्रूरः जयन्त गदसारणाः
हृदिक ससुतः अक्रूरः जयन्त गदसारणाः
आसते कुशलं कश्चित् ये च शत्रुजित् आतयः
आसते कुशलं कच्चित् ये च शत्रुजित आदयः
कश्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः भगवान् सात्वतां प्रभुः
कच्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः भगवान् सात्वतां प्रभुः
इति चिन्तयतः तस्य दृष्ट अरिष्टेन चेतसा राज्ञः प्रत्यगमत् ब्रह्मन् यदुपुर्या कपिध्वज तं पादयो निपतितम् अय पतित अयम् यथा पूर्वं मातुरम् अधवदनम् अपबिन्दून् सृजन्तं नयनाब्जयोः विलोकेत विघ्न हृदयः इच्छायम् अनुजं नृपः पृच्छति स्म श्रुरुत्मध्ये संस्मरं नारद ईरितम् युधिष्ठिर उवाच कश्चिदार्णः कश्चित् आनर्थपुर्यां न स्वजनाः सुखम् आसते मधुभोज दशारहिंसत्वात् अन्धकवृष्णयः शूरमातामह कश्चित् स्वस्ति आस्ते वातमारिषः मातुलः सानुज कश्चित् कुशली अनकदुन्दुभिः सप्त स्वसार तपत्न्यः मातुल्य स आत्मजा आसते स सुष्णाः क्षेमं देवकी प्रमुखः स्वयं कश्चित् राजा औक जीवति असत्पुत्र अस्य च अनुजः हृदिक ससुत क्रूर जयन्त गदसारणाः आसते कुशलं कश्चित् ये च शत्रुजित् आदयः कश्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः भगवान् सात्वतां प्रभुः
इति चिन्तयतः तस्य दृष्टारिष्टेन चेतसा राज्ञः प्रत्यागमद्ब्रह्मन् यत् उपर्या कपिध्वजः तं पादयोः निपतितम् अयथा पूर्वम् आतुरम् अधोवदनम् अबिन्दुन् सृजन्तं नयन अब्जयोः उलोक्यत् अविघ्नहृदयः विच्छायाम् अनुजं नृपः पृच्छति स्म सुहृत् मध्ये संस्मरन् नारद इरिचेतम युधिष्ठिरोवाच कच्चिदानर्थपुर्यां नः स्वजनाः सुखमासते मधुभोज दशशाः मधुभोज दशार्षः सात्वतान् बन्धक वृष्णयः शूरः मातामह कच्चित् स्वस्ति आस्ते वा अथ मारिषः मातुलः सानुजः कच्चित् कुशल्य अनकदुन्दुभिः सप्त स्वसारः तत्पत्न्योः मातुलान् अन्यः सह आत्मजाः आसते सस्नुषा क्षेमं देवकी प्रमुखः स्वयं कच्चित् राजः को जीवत् अस्ति पुत्रस्य च अनुजः हृदिकः ससुतः अक्रूरः जयन्त गदसारणाः आसते कुशलं कच्चित् ये च शत्रुजित आदयः कच्चित् आस्ते सुखं रामः भगवान सात्वताम प्रभु।
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahmana Shaunaka, while Maharaj Yudhishthira observing the inauspicious sign on the earth at that time was thus thinking to himself, Arjuna came back from the city of the Yadu, Dvārakā. When he bowed at his feet, the king saw that his dejection was unprecedented. His head was down and tears glided from his lotus eyes. Seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties, the king, remembering the indications of the sage Narada, questioned him in the midst of friends. Maharaj Yudhishthir said, "My dear brother, please tell me whether our friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoj, Dashar, Arra, Satvata, and the members of the Yadu dynasty, family, are all passing their days in happiness. Is my respectable grandfather Surshen in a happy mood, and are my maternal uncle Vasudeva and his younger brothers all doing well. His 7 wives, headed by Devaki, are all sisters. Are they and their sons and daughter-in-law in-law all happy? Are Ugrasen, whose son was the mischievous Kamsa and his younger brother, still living? Are Rudik and his sons Krutavarma happy? Are Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Saran, and Shatrujit all happy? How is Balrama, the personality of Godhead and the protector of devotees? Purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hastinapur, the capital of the Pandavas, was situated somewhere near present New Delhi, and the kingdom of Ugrasen was situated in Mathura. While returning to Delhi from Dvārakā, Arjuna must have visited the city of Mathura, and therefore the inquiry about the king of Mathura is valid. Amongst the various names of the relatives, the name of Rama or Balrama, eldest brother of the Lord Krishna, is added with the words the personality of Godhead, because Lord Balrama is the immediate expansion of Vishnu Tattva as Prakash Vigraha of the Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, although one without a second expand himself as many other living beings. The Vishnu Tattva, living beings are expansions of the Supreme Lord, and all of them are qualitatively and quantitatively equal with the Lord. But expansions of the Jiva Shakti, the category of the ordinary living beings, are not at all equal with the Lord. One who considers the Jiva Shakti and the Vishnu Tattva to be on an equal level is considered a condemned soul of the world. Sri Rama or Balrama is protector of the devotees of the Lord. Baldeva acts as the spiritual master of all devotees, and by his causeless mercy, the fallen souls are delivered. Sri Baladev appeared as Sri Nityananda Prabhu during the advent of Lord Chaitanya, and the great Lord Nityananda Prabhu exhibited his causeless mercy by delivering a pair of extremely fallen souls, namely Jagai and Madai. Therefore, it is particularly mentioned herein that Balrama is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. By his divine grace only, one can approach the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and thus Sri Balrama is the mercy incarnation of the Lord, manifested as the principal.
ओम तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुता श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नम ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So we are continuing our discussions as we also hopefully aim to complete our Prayag Yatra this year and reach our place tomorrow. So here we are seeing in this particular shloka the pivotal moment when Arjuna is returning to Hastinapur after visiting Dvārakā. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is already overwhelmed with ominous signs and anxiously awaiting news about Lord Krishna and the Yadu family. And there he sees Arjuna's distressed state and begins to question him. So this section reflects Yudhishthir's love and concern for his relatives, as well as his spiritual sensitivity to the deeper implications of Arjuna's behavior. So Sud Goswamiji is narrating, and it is being narrated to Shaunak Muni and the Brahmanas by here that when Maharaj Yudhishthir was observing the inauspicious signs on the earth and he was thinking to himself, Arjuna came back from Yadus. Now, when they are talking about when he came back from the city of Yadus, they are reflecting it to mean by Dvārakā. So this shlok makes us understand about the anxious state of Yudhishthira. Secondly, about arrival of Kapidhvaja. Kapidhvaja here means Arjuna. And thirdly, we understand about sensitivity of Yudhishthira. So when it comes to anxiety, we see that Yudhishthira is already deeply troubled by the inauspicious signs which we studied till yesterday. And these omens, they included trembling of his body on the left side, the fiery sun, the unnatural behavior of animals. All these were pointing to significant loss or calamity. And at that time, Kapidhvaja comes. Now, Arjuna's chariot bears the Hanumān flag, Kapidhvaja, and that is why he is called as Arjuna, and it symbolizes the strength and protection. However, despite the symbol of valor, when he is returning, Arjuna himself appears troubled. So this adds up to Yudhishthir's concerns. So as a king who is very much religious, Yudhishthira Maharaj is spiritually attuned to the balance of the cosmos and perceives immediately that something momentous has occurred even before Arjuna can speak. So Arjuna, on his arrival, he touches the feet of the king Yudhishthir. And when he is doing so, Yudhishthir saw that his dejection was unprecedented. His head was down and tears glided from his lotus eyes. So this indicates uncharacteristic behavior for Arjuna. Arjuna is a great warrior who is known for his composure and strength. But here, he appears completely broken. So this uncharacteristic behavior reflects the depth of his. And then we see the signs of distress as well, like falling at Yudhishthira's feet. So Arjuna's gesture shows his respect for his elder brother, and at the same time, his inability to process the magnitude of the loss he has experienced. His pale face and tears, they indicate his sorrow. It is so intense that it manifests physically, with his face devoid of color and tears flowing uncontrollably. Now, symbolism of tears is also important. The tears flowing from Arjuna's lotus-like eyes symbolize the purity of his emotions. His grief is not personal alone, but deeply connected to the spiritual loss of Krishna and the Yādava dynasty. So, seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties, Yudhishthira immediately remembers the indications of sage Narada. And so, he questioned him in the midst of his friends. Now, this indicates Yudhishthira's foreboding. He connects Arjuna's behavior, his distress, to the foreboding omens he has already observed. And this increases his anxiety. His heart is udvigna, agitated, reflecting his sensitivity as a king. And he connects it to Narada's prophecy. Yudhishthira recalls how Narada Muni he had earlier said, who had hinted at Krishna's eventful departure and the collapse of the Yadu dynasty. So this memory further strengthens his suspicion that a great calamity has already occurred. And so he questions her. So Yudhishthira is surrounded by well-wishers and he begins to inquire about the welfare of their relatives in Dvārakā. So his questions, they reflect his deep familial love and concern for Krishna and the Yadavas. So 25 to 29 shlokas, they reflect about Yudhishthira's questions about Yadavas. These verses list Yudhishthira's specific questions about welfare of various members of the Yadav dynasty. Each question reflects his deep familial ties and the dharmic responsibility he feels for their well-being. So he immediately asks to Arjuna, my dear brother, please tell whether Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So immediately ask about whether the friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoj, Dashara, Arha, Satvata, Andhak, and members of the Yadu family are all passing their days in happiness. So he is inquiring about Anartha. Anartha reflects to Dvārakā. So Yudhishthira is asking about the welfare of the entire Yadava clan, which is residing in Dvārakā. And secondly, it reflects the familial love. His question reflects his heartfelt concern for the extended family, because these clans are all connected to Krishna. And so he inquires further whether the respectable grandfather Sursena is in a very happy mood, whether his uncle Vasudev and his younger brothers are doing well. So this shows how Yudhishthira has respect for leaders and concern for their well-being. And then he questions about how are the 7 wives headed by Devaki, and how are all the sisters? How are they, their sons and daughters-in-law, happy or not? So it indicates the focus on women's welfare. Yudhishthira concerns extends to the women of the family, emphasizing the dharmic principle of protecting and caring for women. And then, in the penultimate and the last shloka that we do today, Yudhishthira is inquiring whether Ugrasen and his younger brother still living. Now, Kaunsa was very mischievous and who had created all sorts of problems, was son of Ugrasen. But still Yudhishthira is inquiring about it. And then he is also inquiring whether Ridhika and his son Kritvarma are happy. Whether Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Sara and Satrajit are all happy or not. And then he inquires about Balram, the personality of Godhead and the protector of. So here, Yudhishthira's respect for Balram is quite evident because he refers to him as Bhagavan. Slowly, these shlokas, one after the other, they are directing how Yudhishthira is concerned for everyone. Now, do you know Hastinapur, which is the capital of Pandavas, was somewhere situated near the north of India, where currently New Delhi is there. While Ugrasen's kingdom, that is Dvārakā, was situated, Ugrasen's kingdom was situated in Mathura. So while returning to Delhi from Dvārakā, it is expected that Arjuna must have visited the city of Mathura, and so he inquires about the king of Mathura, which is Vadir. And then we are seeing the names of the relatives. And amongst them, Balram, who is the eldest brother of Lord Krishna, is added with the words Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, because Balram is immediate expansion of Krishna, the Vishnu Tattva as Prakash Vigraha of Krishna. So, though Krishna is Advitiya, one without second, he expands himself as many other living beings. So, Vishnu Tattva living beings are expansions of Krishna, and all of them are qualitatively and quantitatively equal with Krishna. But the expansions of the Jiva Shakti, that is, ordinary living beings like us, they are not equal to Lord. So, if someone considers the Jiva Shakti and the Vishnu Tattva to be on equal level, then he is a condemned soul all over the world. But Balramji is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. He acts as the spiritual master of all devotees, and by his causeless mercy, the fallen souls are delivered. Baldevji appeared as Nityananda Prabhu during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and he exhibited his causeless mercy by delivering even the extremely fallen souls like Jagayan. And hence it is particularly mentioned that Balram is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. By his divine grace only one can approach the Supreme Lord Krishna, and Balramji is the mercy incarnation of Lord, manifested as the spiritual master, the savior of the pure devotees. So it is very, very important that we get the mercy of Balramji so that we can proceed in our journey of going back home, back to Godhead. So in this shlokas, we are understanding love for family, because Yudhishthira's inquiries reflect the importance of familial bonds. We understand the sensitivity to omens, because Yudhishthira's spiritual insights allows him to perceive that Krishna's departure has far-reaching consequences for the world. And then we also understand the Krishna's centrality, the well-being of the Yadavas being directly tied to Krishna, emphasizing his role as the sustainer of dharma. Thank you very much. So we'll continue our discussion further tomorrow onwards. Hare Krishna.